Just let me know that the sound is okay. And hold on, I'm going to mute a minute because I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Because when I'm on Zoom, my microphone keeps getting lowered, but I'm coming through Streamlabs only right now. So just want to make sure that that is okay. And I'm going to explain some things here about the trial because there was a lot of confusion today about this trial. They were supposed to be on day, well, I guess it's day 2, but they're still doing the opening statement. It's ridiculous. I've never seen an opening statement get that much time, get an entire trial day and then continue for a second trial day. But today, and this is weird, okay, because I don't know the details of it. I'm going to look it up when we do our deep dive. They were scheduled to start at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I had a few people in the Zoom that were going to watch it with me, and I have it on. And then the video just turns off. It goes to a private stream, looking everywhere for anything, and then Pokeroo, of all people, Pokeroo, hi Pokeroo, was in the stream for tomorrow and said that the reason it was postponed was because the prosecutor was in a motor vehicle crash, something of that sort. And I'm going to look that up because I just found out literally minutes ago before I put this up. Now, the other part that is strange. Scooter tells me there's another trial coming up because she misunderstood when I said that the Monica Sementilli trial is not on today. She got the message, the mixed message, that it's not going to be on until next Tuesday. So she went looking for other trials. So she tells me there's another really interesting trial. So we go and look at it in the station that normally has trials, and it says tomorrow the Penelope McGee, the socialite from Massachusetts trial, she's on trial for the manslaughter death of her ex-husband. Okay. So while I'm looking up that trial, I find out that on a court site, not on YouTube, they already had the opening statements. I'm like, what are these people playing with us? So we watched the opening statements for the Penelope McGee trial, which apparently the other court station didn't get the memo yet that that already happened, but I don't know. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about this Penelope McGee socialite manslaughter trial and the opening statements and do a little bit of a deep dive on what's going on there. And then I did end up, because the trial wasn't on, we watched a documentary about the Monica Sementilli trial. No, the Monica Sementilli case. But the documentary was not all the way up to date because remember that guy, Christopher Austin, only was found out in the last few weeks. So that wasn't even in the documentary. But we're going to look at some of her letters from court. We're going to see what we can dig up because we learned some things in that documentary. And they also didn't have other things in that documentary that we knew, and they didn't. So there was no trial day for Monica Sementilli today. And there was opening statements in the Penelope McGee. Now, her trial is going to be a bench trial. There's not going to be a jury. The judge is going to decide this. So what happened with her, and I'm just going to tell you from what I saw in the opening statements, is that her and her husband, she's the socialite, they're both like very political, very into the politic scene. He worked for, I think it was Dukakis. Mike Dukakis, remember him? and they divorced. They had 3 kids. Apparently, she does not have a good relationship with their daughter. I don't know if that's the only daughter they have. But there were rules. She had to take her shoes off when she went into the ex's house, and she was only allowed to go there like at certain times in order not to cause friction with the daughter. And then they were trying to say the husband was in really ill health, and he had had a motor vehicle accident with their son's vehicle. And anyway, the prosecution says that this Penelope McGee started hitting and pushing her husband, having this big altercation with him, which their daughter was a witness to. Remember, the daughter that already has friction with the mother. And then she left, and he died of a heart attack or some kind of a heart condition. So that's why it's manslaughter, okay? Then the defense said, no, he was a very ill man, and they said that he was pushing and shoving his wife out the door. So then she started to fight back because she was being shoved and pushed and prodded and manhandled. And that's when a dish broke and the daughter heard something, and this is what it is, and you should not find her guilty. So we're going to dive into both of them, but we're going to do Penelope McGee first. So let's look at this case, okay? Penelope McGee. So she is a prominent Rhode Island woman. Let's get a picture of Penelope up on the screen. Hold on a minute. There we go. Okay. So this is Penelope. They call her Penny McGee. She's from a family of political players. She's going on trial in Massachusetts. Like today was opening statements. We watched it. She had national political ties, and she married a top advisor to presidential candidate Michael Dukakis. She's 58. She's the mother of 3. And she's now facing manslaughter charges tied to the death of her ex-husband, Andrew Savage. Now, this death happened more than 5 years ago. It's actually, I think, 5 years to the day, because it happened in 2020. And it's so weird. I told you yesterday that sometimes these trials, no matter how many years after, they seem to go to trial right around the time that the crime occurred. Like Fabio was killed in January 23rd, and look when that trial started. And that was back in, was it 2016 or 2017? And then look at her, 2020, but almost to the day, January 28th, right? So it's just so weird, just a weird thing, how it happens there. Okay, now, according to this woman here, McGee, her LinkedIn page, so she once served as a vice president at J.P. Morgan Chase. She launched a woman and philanthropy program, and she's the founding executive director of the Council of Women World Leaders at the Kennedy School at Harvard. The allegations are that Penny went to the home of her ex-husband, Andrew Savage. He was 66. on January 28th, 2020, exactly 5 years to the day, after receiving an email, and we're lucky we have 6 minutes to say that, after receiving an email from his brother about evicting her from her residence. So she gets an email that her ex-husband's brother is going to evict her from her residence. The Brookline police have classified the incident as domestic violence and did not publicly release information in the aftermath, but court documents on file in the Norfolk Superior Court state that Penny McGee and a family member who was in the home at the time gave two different versions of the events that followed. Now, this family member is her daughter. The family member heard Savage repeatedly asking Penny to leave the house. When she went downstairs to see what was going on, the witness saw the defendant, Penny, slapping the father in the face and chest and pushing and shoving him. The witness indicated that she called 911, and while she was on the phone with the dispatcher, the victim collapsed and fell to the ground. Savage was transported to Beth Israel Hospital, and he was pronounced deceased shortly after midnight. Now, see, this makes even less sense to me now, because I really thought that the crux of their case was that she pushed and shoved him, and then he had a heart attack and nobody was there. But they have 911 on while this is going on? Okay. Given the condition of the victim's health, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. An autopsy was performed at the office of the chief medical examiner on January 30th, 2 days later. Dr. Rebecca Diedrich performed the autopsy, and she found out that the victim, her ex-husband, Penny's ex-husband, had suffered from diabetes mellitus, and as well as being hypertensive, arteriosclerotic, and valvular cardiovascular disease. The victim had also experienced a stroke a few months prior to this incident. Given the condition of the victim's health and the facts of the incident, Dr. Diedrich opined that the cause of death was cardiac dysrhythmia following an altercation in a person with hypertensive and arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease and diabetes mellitus. Okay. So, now exactly what does this mean? If you get into an altercation with somebody and that person dies, now you're going to be charged with manslaughter. Okay. So, let's hear, because she's got a different side of this. The defense says he was the one that was pushing and shoving, and when she did finally push him back or whatever, she did that in self-defense because he had pushed her the entire way to the door. They also say that there was also a friction between herself and the daughter, which makes the daughter, credible? You have to decide, right? Okay. Now let's go on with this. We're not done. Okay, let's talk. There's something from Andrew Savage's brother. Jonathan Savage, the brother of the victim, Andrew Savage, testified about evicting Penelope from her home. And that also occurred today. Scooter, that also occurred today. So that other channel, I don't know what they're doing. So he testified today about that. And he says in his testimony, in his direct examination, he said that his brother said, if something should happen to me, remember, I have a $2 million life insurance policy. Very interesting. I'm going to pull this. Let me see this right here. Okay, so this right here, I'm going to pull this over. Let me make sure that this is, yes, I'm going to pull this document over right now. All right. So, a Brookline woman pled not guilty to manslaughter at her Norfolk Superior Court arraignment on Friday, March 19, 2021, in the January 2020 death of her ex-husband, Andrew Savitz, in his Brookline home, according to the Norfolk District Attorney Michael W. Morrissey. Assistant Norfolk District Attorney Jennifer Blair asked Judge Brian Davis to impose a $20,000 cash bail on Penelope McGee, who was 54 years old at that time, with a variety of conditions, including that she not leave the state without permission, remain alcohol-free with testing, and have no contact with certain parties in the case. Judge Davis imposed a $2,500 cash bail, stay-away orders, and ordered McGee conditions if she is released. McGee had previously entered a plea of not guilty to the Brooklyn charges in the incident before her February residence. Morrissey said, court documents on file in Norfolk, the events that follow. Okay, read to you there. Mr. Savage was transported. I just read all of this. So let's see what happened. Let's get this, keep going with this stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to have her side of the story now. What's her side of the story now? Let's get her up there again, okay? All right, here we go. All right. Hang on one second. All right, let's go. Sorry guys, I had to get a window over here. Okay. And I'm over here. All right, so let's talk about her defense now. The two were married for 15 years. And it ended... What is this? I don't want to go follow you on Twitter. No, I don't want to. Get away from me. Okay, I'll follow you on Twitter. Just leave me alone now, all right? Okay, so I'm sorry. So they were married for 15 years and they had ended in a contentious divorce. The couple's daughter, Zuzi, Z-U-Z-Z-I-E, Zuzi Savitz. What a name there, Zuzi Savitz. She gave damaging testimony against her mother today. We missed it, Scooter, thanks to that other court's channel. On Tuesday, calling her mother's behavior frantic, erratic, and angry. We're going to have to rewatch. In the opening statements, which we did see, prosecutor Jennifer Blair, assistant district attorney for Norfolk County, told the court that you're going to hear from Andrew Savage's daughter, Zuzi Savage. And she's going to tell you what she saw happen on that night of January 28th of 2020. Zuzi heard her mother come over to the house at 40 Meadowbrook Road in Brookline where she was living with her father and her younger brother, Harry. Susie Savage heard her parents arguing that night when her mother came to the house, and she could hear yelling and screaming, and when she went downstairs, she could see that her parents were in an argument. She heard something break, which we later found out, the court will find out, was a ceramic bowl. You'll see pictures of the broken bowl, but Susie is going to tell you that she heard something break, and she went back upstairs to get her phone to call 911. She's going to tell you that she got her phone from her bedroom, called 911, and as she was coming down the stairs, she could see her parents in the hallway by the end of the stairs at the house towards the front door. And she saw her mother hitting and shoving her father against a wall where there was a sliding closet. And you're going to hear the 911 call. Your Honor, you're going to hear Susie telling her parents to stop. And then in the middle of the phone call, Susie's going to tell you that she heard her father. She saw her father collapse to the ground, and Ms. McGee started trying to give him CPR. Susie was calling the ambulance to come quickly. The paramedics arrived. The Brookline police arrived. You're going to hear from the paramedic. You're going to hear from the responding officer from the Brookline police, all of whom tried to administer CPR and tried to resuscitate Mr. Savage. Mr. Savage was brought to Beth Israel Hospital, where you're going to hear from the emergency room doctor that also treated him and tried to revive him and ultimately pronounced him deceased at 12:14 a.m. in the early morning hours of January 29th of 2020. So a year from today now, okay? Blair continued. Andrew Savage was in ill health. His diabetes and cardiovascular disease was severe, and Penelope McGee knew it. Despite Mr. Savage's condition, Ms. McGee went over to his house on the night of January 28, 2020, and she was yelling and screaming, hitting and shoving. His heart couldn't handle the stress of the altercation, and he collapsed and passed away. After you hear all this evidence, Your Honor, I'm confident you will find Penelope McGee guilty as charged. You know what I do? I call BS on this. You know why I call BS on this? Because I heard that you have a situation here. His brother is evicting her from her home, which is going to cause anybody amount of stress. Now, should she drop dead? Is he going to be charged for manslaughter? Okay. I heard also that they started to watch TV prior to her coming over, that the victim Andrew was texting the wife not nice things. So there were all kinds of things that wound her up. So as ill as he was able to get his digs in. And then, depending on who you believe, he told her to leave and pushed her towards the door. She even started CPR on him. This is ridiculous. This is like, I don't know what's going on with people today. This is ridiculous. So now, this is interesting. Okay, think about all the doors this opens up. Okay. Now, Penny McGee's attorney, Larry Tipton, disputed the claims. In his opening argument, he said the relationship had become very contentious at the end of 2019. Savitz had somewhat ridiculed Penny about her eviction from Randolph Street. See, I told you that, right? It was a home owned by the Savage family. Penny had been allowed to live in it for some time, but she had been evicted a month earlier, and that is when he told Penny to get out of the house, and he raised his voice, and he demanded that she leave. Well, he was okay doing that, right? McGee got up from the living room. She didn't tell him he had to scream and yell, and reached for her coat, which was laid over the back of the couch, and before she could reach it, Tipton said Savage grabbed her, and at some point, he pushed her into the living room wall. And then after that, there was a yelling match where Mr. Savage demanded that she leave and began to push her into the kitchen area. And he pushed her against some tables that contained some dishes. And as the bowl smashed on the floor, he continued to push and he continued to grab her. He claims that Savage repeatedly pushed McGee to get her out of his home, right towards the front door. And now he had a hold of her body, and he had a hold of her hair, and he was simply trying to get her out of the house, and she was moving backwards, not understanding what was happening, and then she tried to defend herself, and he collapsed right near the front door. He fell to the ground. Who claims the evidence will show that she was defending herself. Okay, so now the daughter's testimony, I didn't see it yet. I've got to watch it because another channel had everything wrong. Unbelievable. Another court channel, and that, wow. Okay. They said day 1 is tomorrow. Susie Savage's testimony claimed that it was her mother that was the aggressor and was hitting her father. The daughter said she came downstairs and that her parents were yelling and fighting, and she called 911. When the prosecutor asked her what she saw as the fight escalated, Susie said that her mother was shoving him. The prosecutor said, "And where was she shoving him?" Susie answers, "His chest. Multiple, but I don't remember the exact number." "And besides shoving, did her hands touch him in any other way?" asked the prosecutor. Susie answers, "Yeah, his face. She slapped him." And then Susie said her father collapsed. McGee's attorney Tipton claims that Susie Savitz has changed her testimony from her earlier statements with the police. I'm trying to find this other thing that I want to get. All right, hang on a minute here now. The cross-examination of defendant and victims of the victim's daughter becomes intense as the defense questions Susie's statements to police, and that they changed. Let's see what they say here about that. The former couple's then 18-year-old daughter told officers a different story, according to the defense attorney. She claimed she heard her parents arguing for several minutes and her father asking McGee to leave. The daughter said she went downstairs and witnessed her mother slapping and pushing Savitz, and her father collapsed while she was on the phone with 911. Now the defense attorney is saying, let me see. Oh, and listen to this. Listen to this, Scooter. Judge Beverly Canoni, who presided over Karen Reed's first trial, is the judge on this trial. But the defense is saying that she changed her statements. They questioned the statements. And so, again, I'm going to have to watch that because this other court channel said the first day is tomorrow, and that's what Scooter believed as well, too. And that's what a bunch of people believe. Let me see here. So I was actually looking for another trial when that other trial wasn't going on as it was supposed to. Yeah. All right, let's keep going on this. I just don't understand this because it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, it's been a long time. There should be a lot of information here about this to take a dive. Let's see. McGee was originally charged with assault and battery on a person over the age of 60 in January of 2020. Brookline police classed it as domestic violence, preventing them from releasing the police reports in the days following. Larry Tipton, McGee's attorney, said Friday in court that McGee had undergone testing for alcohol and there has been no evidence that she'd violated the condition that she's not drink. He said she suffered from depression and it was difficult for her to leave her home. In the past year, she has worked as a contract tracer and been certified as a suicide prevention hotline operator. Tipton argued that McGee was turning her life around amid tragedy and should not be held on bail. McGee has no prior criminal record, Tipton said. Savitz wrote a book in 2006 called The Triple Bottom Line about how top companies achieve economic, social, and environmental successes. He was the principal consultant at Sustainable Business Strategies for some 15 years, which advised organizations on how to become more sustainable based on strategies he wrote about in his book. Okay. Go over here now. See what other stuff we can find. Okay, let's look at this for a second. So again, in case she's going to have a bench trial that she'll have only a judge, no jury, and the judge happens to be the judge from the first trial in the Karen Reed case. So that's interesting, right? So we'll have to see. This one is going to start tomorrow at 9, I think it's 9:30. And the other trial doesn't start till 12:30 because it's on the West Coast. So I will be trying to watch them both, but I will definitely, I think the precedence is going to be given to the Monica Sementilli case, but I will follow both of them. Let me see something. All right, let's go over here. Hold on one second. See what this hell's up here. Oh, this is a different one. That's interesting. Christina Ricci. Who was that? In Massachusetts, Christina Ricci and the stabbing death of her husband, Michael Ricci, 5 months ago. Christina Ricci, that sounds like an actress, doesn't it? And that Ponzi scheme trial is still going on, but that is like, I don't know. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to pull up something else. Oh, and there's a judge denied, do you know Charlie Adelson? A motion for his resentencing. Judge denied it for him to be resentenced. Just saying. All right, let me see here. What are we going to do over on this? So, yeah, I'm going to have to just catch up and watch those other things on this case. It's very weird that reschedule, postpone, cancel 9 hours ago. What's that about? Okay, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Norfolk County is where this is. Let me just take a little gander at something right here. So this is Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Norfolk County. Okay, let's see one thing over here. So we'll see that. Let me see if they have a court channel, their own court channel, like a lot of the other places have. Not sure though. Criminal scheduling. McGee, Penelope Ann, jury waived trial, 9 a.m. Tuesday. Okay, so I don't know, they don't have the live stream right on the court site that I see, unless they put it on in the morning here. But I'm not seeing that they're, like the Idaho courts, a lot of them have a YouTube channel. And you can stream their stuff. And I'm not seeing that here. All right, well, now we're going to go over to, hold on, let me just make sure I'm still live and everything. Where are you guys? Over here. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we've got, let's see who's here. I didn't even talk to anybody. Hello, Gail B. Hello, Margot. Hello, the Captain Lee fan. Hello, Ellery. Hello, Debbie 2 Scooter. Hello, Nightbot. Hello, A Heart Made Wise. Hello, Linda. Hello, Julianne Gonzalez. But her dress would look better if the cap sleeves. Oh, okay. Hello, Gabby, I got you there. Okay, so we're going to go now to talk about the trial for the murder of Fabio. And I'm going to see if I can pull up some of the stuff that we were made aware of today, and then the trial will be on tomorrow. So let me get their picture up there so we get rid of the Socialite right now. We're not going to do the Socialite right now. We're going to go to Monica, Fabio, and Robert Baker, Chris Austin, right? Okay. I want to see if I can get some of the jail letters that she was writing about. Oh, Robert Baker. Did I tell you that he was also a porn star? He was also a porn actor, okay? Yeah. He seemed like a real winner. Registered sex offender, porn actor. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, so here's some of her. Let me see if I can get a piece of the love letter. Trying to get a full. Only got a little snippet, and I don't want a little snippet of it. I just want. To in those letters, she calls, that's their destiny, and again, he's the love of her life, all of this craziness. And there's a picture of him attending the wake of her husband, which she had at her home, like I told you about this last night, right? And somebody there, he was so out of place, they snapped a picture, and this is the picture that they snapped of him. There she is here. Okay, and it's been confirmed that a cellmate to whom Monica spoke when she was first detained, who was actually an undercover police officer who was posing as an inmate to catch Monica speaking candidly and record her. There were these jailhouse setups where they did this, and they got information, and they learned that it's when she said things about this guy and how she wanted to be with him and how she loved him. On 6 different occasions, there were conversations recorded. And there were conversations where, okay, when they brought, the police went through a lot of lengths, okay, and they actually, to catch these two, Monica and Robert Baker, when the defendants were being brought into courtrooms for their initial pretrial hearings, they arranged for them to be in adjoining cells prior to the hearings. And when they were in those adjoining cells, they were recording those conversations. So they were sting operations, and they intercepted jail letters. And they got them, let's see, they had discovered the letters in holding cells while Monica and Baker attended the hearings. The detectives made copies before they returned them for the inmates to retrieve after the hearings, so that they were unaware their love letters had been intercepted and copied. Monica's defense repeatedly argued that the details of the affair were simply irrelevant to question whether they conspired to murder Fabio Sementilli. So, yeah, they were saying, yeah, she might be somebody having an affair, this and that doesn't make her a murderer, right? Let's see. It was an unusual situation where two inmates could actually speak to each other while being detained, and designed like that purposefully by law enforcement to get these conversations and record them. They communicated with one another with cryptic languages, phrases, and codes that were created in order to secretly communicate without law enforcement's knowledge. Okay, 1 second. You're taking that?
Yeah.
All right, good, I love you. Did you just drink out of that?
I'm about to right now.
Oh, now, but not before, right?
No, not before.
And don't, hey, Luke, save that bottle because I'm going to decoupage that. Thank you. Okay. So, I have these Italian soda bottles, and they're very oddly shaped, really nice. Okay. So they use things like OMM, 9 p.m., LOML, and 100. Prosecutors allege that the coded phrases establish the defendant's love and commitment not only to each other, but also the conspiracy and the secrecy pact. OMM, they allege, means on my mind. When they say 9 p.m., it's a reference to a secretive plan to break jail rules and set timing for a phone call, where a third party will connect the two to speak directly. The prosecutors contend that LOML is an acronym meaning love of my life, and 100 indicates their 100% commitment to one another. Prosecutors say another significant phrase is the one written at the end of one of Monica's love letters, R or D, which is ride or die. There was a drawing found on Robert Baker's cell phone entitled Ride or Die. Prosecutors allege it represents a commitment between Baker and Monica to remain loyal to one another and never talk to law enforcement about their conspiracy. In their words, they would ride or die for one another. Okay, and so this is the drawing that they found. I'm going to put it over here so you can see it. Where did you go? Hold on, the drawing just went somewhere. I just had the drawing. Let me get it again. Says a relationship where you both love, protect, and spoil each other is the best. Okay, and they're, scantily clad there, wearing underwear and ski masks while holding firearms, right? Yeah, great. The phrase ride or die was frequently used. On several occasions, the defendants expressed that they would remain loyal to one another and never talk to law enforcement about their conspiracy. And that's, what he said about that he would, that she had nothing to do with it when he was interviewed. Now, they took advantage of 6 times that law enforcement detectives place them in situations where they could record these conversations and things. They talked to one another and they engaged in self-pleasuring and other sex games. The judge ruled the alleged sex games portions of the recordings would not be admissible. Nonetheless, the encounters revealed the passionate nature of their continuing relationship. Talking about the S games, Baker spoke about it when he did an interview with CBS for 48 hours. He said, "That's what happens when you're stuck in here." Let's see, there were 2 of 6 recorded encounters. There is talk of marriage, and in her letters, Monica consistently refers to herself as Mrs. Baker, Monica Baker, and your wifey. MB is a code prosecutors allege is an abbreviation for Monica Baker. Defendants continued to refer to one another as husband and wife. Monica's attorneys have repeatedly challenged the evidence of a love affair as irrelevant to proving evidence of a murder conspiracy. There's no doubt, however, that Monica and Baker's commitment to their affair endured at least during the early months in jail, even for years, according to the prosecutor. "We will get married. You are the perfect wife for me, beyond belief. My mind is like I'm delirious," Baker said to Monica in a lockup recording. Okay. A letter that Monica wrote to Robert, signed "Love Your Wifey, Monica Baker, till death, R or D," which is ride or die. In one of the recorded conversations between Baker and Monica, Baker seems to make a stunning admission regarding Monica while they discuss their desire to get married. And he says, and I quote, "So when you gonna tell them? When you gonna tell them? How we gonna tell them we gonna get married? How we gonna do this? And then you'll really be officially disowned for loving somebody." She says, and I quote, "I don't know. I think we may need to wait until the trial and see what happens with that." And then he says, and I quote, "I'm not the one that has the difficulty, you do." Baker claimed in an interview that the two are now prevented from contacting each other. He said the last time they spoke was a random encounter when they passed each other in lockup. She cursed him as a murderer. He did not indicate when the exchange occurred. So for her to call him a murderer, that represents a significant change about face and Monica's attitude and her thoughts of him, right? But he did claim that she took no part in a murder conspiracy and that he acted without her knowledge. Prosecutors dismissed the idea that Monica was not involved, and they detail 56 overt acts, which constitute, they say, the conspiracy between the two to murder her husband, Fabio, the celebrity hairstylist turned beauty industry executive. And Monica's defense attorneys intend to call Baker as a witness during her trial. And defense attorney said, and I saw this, "We are confident that Robert Baker's guilty plea and his truthful testimony will finally establish once and for all that Monica Sementilli had nothing to do with the planning or the murder of Fabio Sementilli, her husband." That was a quote from her lawyer Levine. And so, yeah, that's that going on. Oh, and yeah, her girls are standing by her side in this, but Luigi, his son, and his sister are very much not on that side. Now let's see. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at another picture over here where this was Fabio and this was Monica. And this is the love of her life, she says, Robert Baker. Okay. Her trial was supposed to start last April. She's had a lot of delays. But let's talk about Luigi, okay? The son. Let me get a picture of him and his father. Up here. He is the son not from, Monica's not his mother, but he had a good relationship with her prior to finding all this out. So did Fabio's sister. But he's from a previous relationship. And like I said, the two girls that she had with Fabio are allegedly standing by the mother's side. So Luigi said, and I quote, "It's taken an absolute devastating toll on virtually every member of the family. He lives in Canada along with the majority of Fabio's family. He says it's destroyed relationships. It's been a terrible blight on this family. We just want this to be over. We wish that the truth would just be told already and we could just move on with our lives. I just want to see the people responsible to be held accountable for their actions. Justice for me means that both of the defendants go down." The two daughters that Fabio and Monica shared have stood by their mother's side. The oldest, Jessica Sementilli, said during Baker's sentencing last year that she and her sister Isabella would continue to fight to prove their mother's innocence. Luigi declined to comment when asked whether he had contact with his sisters. Luigi Sementilli said he planned to attend Monica's trial only when he was required to testify. He is ready to turn the page on this dark chapter, but said he needed justice to move on. Luigi's mother, Vanda Carino, recounted how easy it was to co-parent alongside Sementilli and how he always arrived early to pick up Luigi for their father-son weekends, which were packed with a long list of activities, camps, amusement parks, and time spent at a nearby cottage, among other things. By the time Luigi came back to his mother, he was exhausted, yet a happy mess. I always encouraged Luigi to go see his dad, Vanda said. Fabio's life was taken so short. I'm glad that I did that because Luigi got many memories to look back upon. About the murder, she said it's senseless. It didn't need to happen. Such a waste of life and so many people affected by this. Here's another photo of the father and son. Seven years after Fabio's death, when his son visits a salon, he is greeted effusively by hairdressers when they hear his surname. Proud to be a Sementilli. He was named after Sementilli's father, Luigi. Says he does so only because nobody would allow the son of Big Daddy to pay for a haircut. He was a larger-than-life wild card, Luigi said of his father, the most charismatic person in the room. Okay. And let's see if we can get some more about Monica's daughters. What's going on there? Okay. It's not that much about the daughters other than that they're standing by the mother. The daughter Isabella was 16 years old when she found her father murdered, and allegedly Monica knew about this, conspired against this, and knew that Isabella was going to find her father. Was allegedly all right with that. Let's see what else we have. Here's a picture of Fabio and the daughters and Monica. And it looks like Isabella has a Instagram. She does. It looks like she is following in the family's footsteps. So here she is. I think that's her. Maybe that's one of her clients. Hold on, that may be one of her clients. Maybe her? I don't know. Let me see. Whimsical updo by me. No, I don't think that's her, because if it's an updo by. Let's see. This has gotta be her. Yeah, that's her. I don't know what that mark on her face is about or something. So that is 165 weeks ago, so almost over 3 years ago. Yeah. So I'm sure they're in a quandary, right? They've lost their father. Their mother is gone. They probably can't even imagine any of this. Imagine just how that it's ripped that entire family apart. It's like, it's just crazy. And they probably want to believe so much that their mother is not involved in this. They probably need to believe that. However, I think the evidence is going to show us that she is involved in this, you know. Let's see here now. So what else we can find? Okay, so her trial was delayed quite a few times. Let me see. And if they tell us why it was delayed so many times. And this is a picture of them, and this is, okay, love of her life. Let's see. Just trying to see. Now she was, Fabio met Monica. She was a makeup artist in the 1990s when she was a customer at his Toronto salon. They had a massive wedding, followed by friends and family, and everybody said the pair was a great match, an ideal match, and that they were deeply in love. They had a wonderful wedding. But it didn't have a beautiful fairy tale ending, right, of happily ever after. No, it did not. Not at all. And then you had that third suspect, like I said, October 30th, that 38-year-old Austin, who now they know because of stuff he had, he really put the nails there in Monica's coffin on this, okay, because he tied together a lot of stuff. Let's see here. But she's still going off on the opening statement, so we're going to keep hearing that, right? Yes, we are going to keep hearing opening statements tomorrow, and maybe opening statements from the defense, and maybe we'll get to some witnesses. I'm really want to hear this. But Baker is expected to be the defense's star witness. Except he's provided at least a dozen different versions of what happened, trying to fit the evidence. And the panel will hear recorded conversations between Sementilli and Baker in a courthouse lockup in which Baker said he was going to lie and take the blame. The defense is set to give its opening statement on Tuesday after the prosecutor finishes her opening statement, which it's the biggest opening statement ever. I can't even imagine what the closing statement is going to be at 3 days. A third defendant, Christopher Austin, who was arrested late last year following a lengthy investigation by the Los Angeles police, pled guilty earlier this month to second-degree murder. The 39-year-old man agreed to testify truthfully in exchange for a 16-year-to-life state prison term. He actually stabbed Fabio in the neck. Right, but they got a lot of information from him that tied a lot of things together. Monica's again sent hundreds of naked photos of herself to Baker during their affair, in which they were also swinging with other people while she was simultaneously living two lives. Divorce was not an option for her. She came from an Italian Catholic family, and she liked to live well as the wife of a Canadian celebrity hairdresser turned Wella Company executive. But then she and Baker decided Fabio was getting in their way, and they wanted to alleviate that problem. Deputy District Attorney told the jurors that Monica was the mastermind, noting that the murder wouldn't have happened without her. She said that authorities learned during an interview with Christopher Austin after his arrest that Sementilli had called Baker to inform him that she was going to send her husband out to pick up dinner that's at Faux that night. They didn't even know there was an attempt on Fabio's life that night. They decide that Austin is going to murder Fabio at this location, and she told the jurors that Sementilli and Baker exchanged 69 encrypted messages during a 2.5-hour period. But Christopher Austin got nervous because he's not a criminal, and he got out of the vehicle, but he could not go over and kill Fabio. Austin subsequently told authorities that Robert Baker told him that Monica wanted it to happen quickly, and the two men would go together to murder Fabio the next day. And then Christopher Austin told the authorities that Robert Baker said that Monica would figure out how to get Fabio alone, and that he and Baker would attack him when he was outside in the back by the pool smoking a cigar alone in the house. Let's see here. So yeah, we'll watch that tomorrow, and let's just check in on any other stuff going on, because I haven't checked out with anything. And auction people, Carol, I'm going to try to go through that white stuff tomorrow and show it to you and get that, okay? Okay, we have a Ohio deputy that killed his girlfriend and then himself. This is just crazy. All these people. An Ohio sheriff's deputy fatally shot his girlfriend, who had been going out with a year, before he took his own life. The Stowe Police Department said it was called to a home just before 4 p.m. on Monday by the family of LaToya Philippot. They said to the police that they'd been unable to contact her, and they went to the home where they found her and her boyfriend of 1 year, Benjamin Asidu, dead. Summit County Medical Examiner said that LaToya's death was a murder, while Benjamin's was a suicide. Family released a statement through police asking for privacy as they navigate this difficult loss and make arrangements. LaToya was the mother of 5 children, 3 of them adults and 2 juveniles. And her boyfriend had 1 juvenile child. According to the Akron Beacon Journal, Benjamin was sworn in as a deputy in October of 2023. His LinkedIn profile said that he was a detention officer in the juvenile court system, sheriff's office. Wow, very sad. Crazy. People are just really acting crazy, huh? Let me see here. So they're having a, let's see if they found this man. I don't know. It almost sounds like something very similar that happened in New York City or Newark or something like that recently. Maybe not recently, maybe like a year or so ago. But this is in Chicago. So let's see what this is. Kevin Spencer, 34 years old, was last seen leaving the NBC Tower in Chicago on January 24th. Spencer works for WMAQ's IT department. He has not returned to the office, which his coworkers and family say is unlike him. And let's see here. Kevin Cross, the president and general manager for NBC Local Chicago, said, and I quote, "Kevin's the type of person who's very diligent, very good with attention to detail, and if he's ever late by a couple of minutes to come to work, he'll call his manager and say, 'Hey, I'm running 2 or 3 minutes late behind.'" And so, 1, he didn't do that, and then 2, he was not here, and I think good on his managers to say that something's not right. This is out of character for Kevin. A family member said they missed a call from Spencer on Saturday. Meanwhile, his sister said that she last spoke to him on Monday. Despite this, Friday was the last day that he came to work. Spencer was described as being 5'11", 150 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair, and it's unclear whether authorities believe foul play is involved. And anyone with information regarding Spencer's whereabouts is asked to call Chicago Police Special Victims Unit, 312-744-8266. Is found, okay. Okay, and next, we go to Michigan. To this house, a Michigan police cadet had to disarm a 5-year-old child with a loaded handgun at a Battle Creek home on Saturday. Battle Creek police say the cadet was serving a subpoena on someone at the house when the child answered the door carrying a large knife. The cadet called for backup and asked the child to get an adult to come to the door, but the child came back with a loaded handgun. Backup arrived after the cadet had disarmed the child, and 2 men and a woman were taken to police headquarters for questioning. 5 children that ranged in age from 6 months to 8 years were placed into the custody of CPS because of the loaded weapon and the deplorable living conditions inside that home. Police say they noted several code violations, including unsanitary conditions throughout, dangerous electrical violations, lack of smoke detectors, unpermitted electrical, plumbing, and mechanical work, inoperable vehicles, and junk and trash everywhere. One of the children was taken to the Bronson Battle Creek Hospital because of health concerns and was transferred to a hospital in Kalamazoo. The city of Battle Creek condemned the home because of its condition, and police are pursuing weapons and neglect charges throughout the Calhoun County Prosecutor's Office. Wow, that's really sad. And it's a miracle that, one of those kids didn't get killed by something. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Okay, we have something about John Bonet. So, John Bonet, Ramsey's father, reportedly met with the Colorado police on Monday. And that was about John Benet's unsolved 1996 murder. Boulder police say Police Chief Stephen Redfern, and the Operations Division met with the Ramsey family regarding updates in the case. However, police declined to provide specifics as to what was discussed. John Ramsey, who is now 80 years old, said he meets with police at least once a year to be briefed on the ongoing investigation. John Benet was only 6 years old when she was found bludgeoned and strangled in the basement of her Boulder, Colorado home, hours after she was reported missing, and a ransom note was found at the house. John Ramsey pressed the Boulder police to retest evidence with updated genetic technology to obtain new leads in his daughter's unsolved murder. He also urged the FBI to make child murder a federal crime, allowing the agency to automatically intervene in cases involving children 12 and younger. Specifically, John Ramsey wants investigators to test external male DNA that federal authorities discovered in 1997. And let's see. He said last year, and I quote, "That's an important meeting. We're going to have a representative with us for one of these cutting-edge labs to explain what they can and can't do. Hopefully, he will accept their help." No arrests have been made in that 1996 murder. Patsy Ramsey, John Benet's mother, died of ovarian cancer in 2006. Anyone with information regarding John Benet Ramsey's murder should call or email the Boulder Police Department at 303-441-1974 or email Boulder's Most Wanted at bouldercolorado.gov. I wonder if they'll ever find out, right? Well, let me see here. Okay, here's another law enforcement officer that's gone the other way. We had that deputy that killed the girlfriend and himself. Now we've got another one that Pennsylvania State Trooper this time. Former Pennsylvania State Trooper. With a history of stalking. Former state trooper in Pennsylvania with a history of stalking. That doesn't go together, right? Has been charged with the murder of a man who was dating a woman he dated for about a month last fall. Okay, this is not, okay, there's no reason for someone to go and do something like this, but it's happening more and more. That other guy was dating that woman for about a year, right? This guy was dating this woman whose new boyfriend he killed, and they'd only dated for a month last fall. William Hunter Snyder, 27, was a state trooper for about 18 months before he was fired for stalking and harassment of a different woman back in 2023. Now he's charged with shooting John Rabbits Jr. in the chest at his home last week. Rabbits did not recognize the man who came to his door on January 23rd and shot him. But he told police that Snyder wanted to hurt him over a girl before he died on the way to the hospital. Investigators tracked Snyder's vehicle traveling in the direction of Rabbits' home on the day of the shooting and then traveling away from the area afterwards. His social media activity stopped for about 2 hours, long enough for him to travel from the home he shared with his father to Rabbits' home and then to the home of a friend. Snyder broke up with the woman last October, and sometime later she began dating Rabbits, but that didn't stop Snyder from harassing her. An affidavit for his arrest details texts and other messages that he sent her in the days leading up to the murder of Rabbits. I know you miss me. I know you still love me. You miss me. Your connection is stronger than anything I've ever felt. I know you feel the same way. Selfishly and unselfishly, I am the best thing for you. I would do everything to prove that. We've never had a single issue. You are my one person. I am crazy, I know, but you are my soulmate. We honestly belong together. And her response, Hunter, I can't. Why can't you? You can do anything. You know it in your heart, Courtney. You know I'm your person. I'm your human. We are meant for so much more. I know it, and you know it. You said you've been questioning why you ran away, because you know it was a mistake. Her response, I really can't deal with this. Nothing is ever going to stop me from pursuing you. How am I supposed to stay wonderful when every day without you drags me deeper into darkness? The woman said she repeatedly told Snyder to leave her alone. She gave police texts and photos that he sent her, and she told Rabbits about the harassment which had prompted her to install a surveillance system on her home. The system captured Snyder dropping off a gift, a coffee press, at her home a week before the shooting. He'd also delivered an unannounced gift to the woman he dated in 2023, sending her dozens of messages via phone, text, and even a fictitious social media account. He was ultimately charged with 4 counts of harassment and sentenced to 360 days of probation and more than $1,000 in fines, and it cost him his job as a Pennsylvania state trooper. Snyder is charged with criminal homicide and ordered held without bond. He is due in court on March 7th. Okay, police in Maine continue to search for a 12-year-old girl who hasn't been seen since last year. Stephanie Damron has been missing from her New Sweden, Maine house since September 23rd. On that day, her mother, Lisa Damron, left to complete a job application while a grandfather watched 4 of the 6 children, including Stephanie. And she says, and I quote, "It's the worst nightmare you wish you could wake up from, and it just keeps going. I just want to know where my baby is. I just want my baby home." The Maine State Police say that Stephanie was last seen leaving her home and walking into the woods along West Road in New Sweden. She left after an argument with her sister. Before we left and stuff, the FBI is also helping to search and currently offering a $15,000 reward for information leading up to the safe return of Stephanie Damron and or information leading to the arrest and prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance. The Maine Warden Service and the State Police K-9 unit have previously searched swaths of land near where Damron disappeared. Her mother said before she left and stuff that she came up to me and was giving me love and hugged me and told me she loved me and kissed me on the cheek. I kissed her back and told her I love her and I'll be back. Stephanie's described as 5 foot tall, 130 pounds with green eyes and shoulder length brown hair. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, a long sleeve blue shirt, and black Harley Davidson hiking boots. Anyone with information is urged to call the Maine State Police 1-800-924-2261 or 1-800-CALL-FBI. Wow. Where she's found. Okay. Not. Okay. I think that. Let's see, we're over here. Okay. You never know what day it is. Yeah, everybody's been really mixed up. Hi, little lighty. Hi, little lighty. How you doing? Hi, Rough and Ready. Hi, Ruffles and Ready. Hi, Astro from space. Now, let me tell you that I have a couple of things to address. I'm just going to address a couple of things. So hang on a moment. Let me just get something up here, okay? Okay, let's talk about comments. Let's talk about people that keep coming over in order to leave comments that are beyond, that show their obsession and some more. And I just want to draw some attention because they piggyback on the videos we've done the last couple of nights, showing the truth of these people, showing their nature, showing what they're doing, showing how they're doing it under the guise of a hero or something. Come on, open your eyes. Open your eyes. So, see, we have Drop Dead Deb. What a lovely name. What a lovely name, Drop Dead Deb. Let me pull this video up, and I'll just pull the comments over there, because we like to spotlight exactly what these people do. They're coming over to our videos and leaving this crap here and just continuing to be the sheep in the groupthink with the cult leaders. Okay, so let's go. Let me pull this over. Where is this? Okay, this is right here. This Hope, okay? Hope, we know where you are. We know where you are and who you're listening to. Where are the court filings? The truth is there. Wendy and Randy have shown them. I said, Hope, did you watch the video I showed them? Going to those two for truth is like going to Lori Vallow for parenting advice. Okay, then Heart Made Wise says they put spin on what they show and discuss. This is just the plain facts of the matter that Carolyn is showing. She comes back again and tells that Wendy shows and reads all the court documents. Yes, she adds her own commentary. You can see the documents. Just mute her if you don't want to hear her spin. Take a few hours so you can see all the documents, not just 3 pages. Hope, do you think I've not seen all the documents in here? Do you think I've not given the link to all the documents? Come on. Then this one tries to go, it's funny how a real ex-student has come out and mentioned you and your husband who work there, also stating about the upcoming court case. Truth is about to, and then, what is that? Party streamers? Drop Dead Deb? I said, ha. I saw how she skipped right over what my lawyer wrote, and how she danced around Heather's lawyer getting admonished by the judge. When you want truth, you will not find it there. Read the documents for yourself. We put the link out. We don't need the drama community to do it. LOL. Oh, and an ex-student that was there years before my husband worked there? That means about as much as the price of tea in China. Wow. Deflecting much? She comes back again. The only one deflecting is you. No, Deb, this is not deflecting. I've shown the facts. Don't you sit there and say you don't join in the drama because you not only... See, when I come with the facts, then they tell me it's drama, don't do it. No, Drop Dead Deb, this is not drama. This is factual. That you not only created and talk about it, you thrive on it. Yeah, sure I do. Tell me how many good people have you had in your subs that walked away from you because the things you have done, not only to them, but your actions towards others. They're talking about my actions and what I've done to people. When you have seen their content, their comments, this is really they are projecting. Wow, this is the definition of projection, okay? Your channel is shriveling up. Really? No, my channel's growing, Drop Dead Deb. You can't stand it, but it is. It's consistently growing. We're about ready to hit another milestone. So get ready for that, Deb. It's because we work hard and we don't do what you guys do. We bring people up, not what you do. Because so many have worked out who you are, Mommy Ramblings. I hope they work out who I am. Because when they find out who I am, like the ones that are here, they'll know I'm not the person you're trying to make people believe that I am. You see that? I said, LOL, I have shown it over and over. I show the proof. You are just part of the mob that believes if a group of people say something, it has to be true. Eyes are opening. Tell me how you feel about your hero, your cult leader, using the F word to torment a little girl and feeling fully justified calling her Holly Baggett the F word that rhymes with Baggett. Wow, you are the ones who need to open your eyes. We over here can see what is going on, and not one of those people who are resorting to the smearing, threatening, lying, and going real life on me, others, my family, and more, or believing they are doing so for any good reason. They are fueled by hate, jealousy, and vengeance. For instance, if they had a real case, they would not have to fall into the pit of slinging mud, mockery, insults, and calling resorts with false stories, which is illegal, and making false CPS reports. Please get a grip and move on, because you are obsessed. Go back to your leader that thinks calling a little girl the F word is okay, when it is not okay to use it for anyone. Okay? This one, oh yes, objectively listen to both sides. This person, okay? A follower of Natasha, a follower of the others. Carolyn, you're not telling the whole story. It's like calling the kettle black. When you started the legal fund, it was about Natasha, and she has nothing to do with this case. More deflection. Howard says that was entirely a different thing. Are you kidding me? You have objectivity, I said. Do you think I don't know who you are? Thanks for the views. They say, do you think I care if you know I am? Do you think I care if you know I am? Okay, try to proofread. What are you going to do to me? Look at that. What are you going to do to me? There is nothing you can do. Tell me who I am, OMG. I said, wow, I know you come from where they threaten people and go real life, so you expect that of everyone, but I'm not like that. I just mean you look foolish over here saying you are objective, because we know where you come from. Why don't you forget me? Please see a therapist, because following someone you cannot stand to the level you are is not anywhere near normal. Get help. And then Jimmy said to them, why don't you say this to the people who sued my wife? Don't come over here spinning your BS. You are talking about real life. In what world is it legal to do what they have done to us? And after all that, sue us? And I said to my husband, don't even waste your time with that one. They are one of the sheep who originates from the drama channels and worships those people, cannot think for themselves, and has to participate in groupthink. When they do this, they take screenshots to their leader, and they get attaboy or attagirls that they so desperately crave. Okay, here's Drop Dead Deb. Fair use is what happened, FFS. I said, LOL, because you say so? But here's the thing. Even if it was, as long as the person who filed the DMCA had a good faith belief that it did not fall under fair use and considered that, that is all that is needed to do. Every DMCA I filed was done so with a good faith belief that the use of my content did not fall under fair use, and I proved that in at least 3 ways for each and every instance. Here's Drop Dead Dead again. You can't even stop your live talking over itself or take a green screen off, but you know what all the copyright agreement is about? Yeah, I do know about copyright. It is not a technical glitch like the voiceover thing, or a setting like the green screen. Wow, I think I see your comment in the dictionary as an example of reaching. LOL, LOL. Ridiculousness. Let's see if there's any others I want to address. You see, it's obvious. It's becoming very obvious to a lot of people now. When we show this stuff, like their agenda and everything that they're doing, and people are opening their eyes and they are seeing what's going on. Let me pull this. See if there's anything to address over here. And this is just another example how right I take off any comment that doesn't agree with me. No, I don't. No, I don't. I address them because I'm an adult. And I know what I'm saying, and I know my truth. You don't know my truth. You never knew anything, and you certainly didn't know my son's truth or my husband's truth or anyone's truth, because you don't even deal with truth. You deal with lies. Okay, now we're going to do word cookies, I think. Just let me know that the sound is okay. Okay. Let me get this over here. Okay. Hi, Lori Staggs. How are you? Hi, One Eye Blind Arts. How are you? Uh-oh, I'm in top chat. I gotta go into live chat. Okay, let's stop this. No, the sound is fine. No. That was, I was doing what that lady said. I didn't know my sound was going over. No. We had one that had cowboys once before. Maybe it was cowgirls. Oh wow, that keeps going through the sea. Unbelievable. Okay, now. Ouch. I did sew, I did sob, I did soy. Oh, no, I did bow and bows. And cow I did. And I'm not looking at the chat because I'm, you know me, I want to get certain things myself. We do booze. I thought I did booze before that. I did coos, right? I thought I did coos. I did coo and it wasn't there. That's what I did, and then I didn't. So we got another C word. And it's cobs. No, I did cobs over there. Hold on a minute. It's got to be C-O, we know. And there we go. I did it all by myself. Sorry, I did. I know you hate when I do that, but I did it by myself. 2 more days of the month, and then January, and then once it's February, then the next month is spring, right? Right. Ugh. End of January, I hate it. I mean, I hate it and I like it, but okay. Okay, let's see now. All right. Oh yeah, please take a moment, hit the likes, and yeah, if you want to, oh wait a minute, to pay for a vase. Yeah, One Eye, and we got to get together on Carol's stuff, right? Do you know how to do her stuff? You should maybe come into the Zoom tomorrow or something. Come into the Zoom tomorrow or something. Okay. Hi, Gail B. Oh, remember I told you Gypsy Rose bought a house? I told you to mark my words that Gypsy Rose was buying a house. And I told you to mark my words that she was going to get married to Keenan and be there. I can tell you, she's got the house. She's got the house. You'll see it. I told you to mark my words that that was going on. She's already filming content in the house. I told you that. And remember, her series is going to air in March. Remember, I told you they were going to get that house in the series somehow. I'm telling you, she's got a house. And there'll be a wedding, I'm telling you. You'll see, it's already, I know one of the two has already happened, and I think the other one might have happened as well. I knew the house, I told you that weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Months ago, probably, when she went on the Ville, Nick Vial, whatever his podcast is, I told you about it then. Thing slipped out. I forgot to tell Elle about it today. Token. Very good. What time? I don't know. Try in the afternoon. I mean, or before the auction or something like that. Just let me know. Gotta get some things done tomorrow. I gotta get Carol's some stuff done. I gotta get some packing done. I've been in a little bit of like, I don't know what the heck's going on. I think it's that time of year. I gotta get going on more stuff tomorrow. I get spinning more. I gotta start spinning more. Hmm. I did that one by myself too. Hi, Sassy Dorsey. How are you? How's it going? G or an H on this one? Hey, Murder of Crows, is that the one I'm missing? Hilt? I got them all except for that one. Nope, that wasn't it, Murder of Crows. That wasn't it. Oh, you're falling asleep? Good night, Margot. Good night, Margot. You almost drifted off too, Heart? Oh my goodness, everybody's falling asleep. You're headed for bed too, One Eye? Okay. Good night. Good night, everybody. I'm still going to be here trying to do this with Murder of Crows. Hilt. That was a good one, but I thought that would be there. How about... Can't believe that. I thought I put that one there. Oh, that's crazy. Let's try one more. Murder of Crows. We're almost at an advancement. Got that. Let's see, now we're at 18. We might as well seek it. Notice. Note. Ice. Right? And no. Okay. Toe. Ton. Tonic. Good murder of crows. Tonic. Once, says Heart Made Wise. Okay. Tick, tie, tone. Tone, says Gail. Tick. Okay, we got that step already. Sign. Sign, says Heart Made Wise. Alright, let's see here. Coin, I say coin. I say icon. I say time. I say ion. Eon. COIT. Heart. Shoot. No. Not net. Net and not. I thought you meant not net. Gotta be knit, and then it's gotta be caught. It's gotta be caught. Gotta be caught. It's ion, it's not. Okay, well, hard level offer. No, we don't need it. We can do it. This is hard, but we can do this one. I know we can. Melt. Meal. Okay, oatmeal. Okay, oat. Okay. Wow, so far I've done this all by myself. This is not so hard, is it? So this has to be with a T. Let's see. Wait, did I do teal? I did team. What is it? I tried Tome, didn't I? I thought I did Tome. Oh my goodness, there you go. Hard. Metal. That's so I needed a little help. But I did get a lot of them done by myself, right? Didn't I? Something to be proud of, isn't it? I tried. Maybe I didn't try it on this one. Lamb. No. Let. Let's see. E. Tried to do lamb. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. tried emo. I tried those. Oh, Elm is it? Yay, wow. That's crazy. One more for the advancement. We got that one. His rice. Rich murder of crows, yeah. Sir, didn't I get sir? Thought I did. Okay, primary rise in iron, okay. Very good. And what else you got? Mock? No. Oh, let's see. Cherish, that's it. Cherish. Who got that? Cherish is the word. Murder, of course, she goes. But cherish. Okay, now what's the other one? Riches? Heart made wise says riches. Okay, very good. Very good. Now we made the advancement. Was that always wine there? Or is that a different one every time? Got it at the same time, heart. Got it at the same time. You can't even see the letters? Your eyeballs laugh at you when you try? Really? Why can't you see the letters? Are you so tired that you can't see? Oh my gosh. We got it at the same time, you guys. Didn't we just have ranking? Go green. Okay, rank. Did I get rank? I got rank, yeah, rank. Rank, yeah. We do king. Yeah, we did king. Oh, how about grin? Grin. How about grin? How about... Yay! Ray King, you got it too. It's murder pro. So did I. Ow, ow, did you see my knee crack? Ow. Oh my gosh. Ouch. Hold on a minute, my knee. Did you just hear my knee crack? You heard my, yeah, isn't that crazy? Rouse, yes, booking out, very good. Curse we have. Score, yeah, who got that? Heart rate wise, very good. Score. Scour, that's heart rate wise, okay. Alright, let's see, what else we got? Oh, source, yeah. Murder crows, good. And one more. Oh, I know. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, we had that already. Very good. Heartland Wise, schematic. I tried talc, it's not there. Limit. Very good. Oh, you got clam, I got clam too. Very good, very good. We're all very good. We're all good. I tried matte, I think. Oh, I thought I did try matte. I don't know. How come I think I try something and then it's there? I don't understand how that happens. I don't understand how that happens. Okay. tail. Okay, very good. Tail. Who got that? Heart, male. I tried Cam, I believe. Uh-huh. Claim, good murder of crows, good murder of crows. Very good. Claim, and then I don't know the last one. 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 It can't be, it's gotta be a C or above C. Cacti. I had that in that other one, right? No, extra word, I already found that one, right? Yep. No, it's gotta be over, we have. I tried that, Cilia. Ah, there it is, Cilia. I thought I had Cilia. Thank you, heart readers. Thank you. Your heart rate wise, okay. Well, let me check something out. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me check on something really fast. Really fastidious. Really fastidious here. Sorry guys, I had to answer another comment and thank someone for joining Patreon and supporting the legal fund. See something, hold on 1 second, I just gotta do something real fast here. Okay, good. All right. Closer and closer and closer here to something. I was just checking on something. Sorry. Oopsie, wait a minute. Okay. So tomorrow we've got 2 trials to watch. I'm probably going to try to watch the other people testify as I drift off to sleep. But thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. I put an update on the legal fund. So I hope that you go and check out the update. Hi, easily distracted. How are you? You check out the update on the Eagle Fund, the legal fund. If you check it out, please do that. If you can share it out, please do that. That would be great. And whatever way you can help, we really appreciate it. And we will see you tomorrow. Please share out the video. Please like it. Please recommend it to someone. Let's get our content out there. Interact in the comments. It's really a great way to get our video out there and pushed out into the algorithms. Just go comment. Talk with others. Engage. It's really important. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everybody have a good night, day. We'll see you tomorrow. And let me see here what's going on. New York City. Oh, New York City, New York City, New York City. All right. Good night, guys. Love you. Bye-bye. Okay, let me end this. Hold on, I got caught up in doing something. I gotta find how to end the live. All right, here we go. All right, see you guys. God bless, prayers. We'll see you tomorrow.